After a rough season last year, Milford comes into 2014 with a ton of experience, 25 returning players, and the majority of their starters returning this season. Now they should be settled into Coach Todd's system. I'm thinking 2014 could be a huge turnaround for the Scarlet Hawks. And there you hear the Scarlet Hawks marching band as we are set to go here from Milford High School. Jared Albee, Tom Nappy on the call as the Milford Scarlet Hawks are set to kick right to left across your radio and get the 2014 season underway. It's high school football on WMRC First Class Radio, 1490 AM, and streaming online at the WMRCDailyNews.com Media Center. We are set to go for the 2014 season. The Scarlet Hawks in their red jerseys, white numbering and lettering, white trim down the sides, and the brand new helmet with the Hawk wing in silver, as it is a liner of a kick back to the 5-yard line. The return will be up the middle, and it is going to be a good return as he stays on his feet past a couple of tackles and is brought down at around the 30-yard line. So about a 25-yard return for Marlborough, and they will start at the 30-yard line, moving left to right across your radio.
Number 37, James Brescia, in on the return.
We are just underway, 4 11-minute quarters
First down, 10.
Here at Milford High School, as Brian Short lined up in the shotgun with a back to either side. It is a 3-receiver set with 2 lined up to the right. It's going to be a handoff taken up the left side, and that is going to be good for about a 2 or 3-yard gain. So a short gain for the Panthers. On the carry was Andrew Rumney.
Second down, 8 at the 34.
Mark him 4-2. Should see a good mix of pass and run for Marlborough. A Short lined up in the gun, back to his right, a 4-receiver set with 3 lined up to the right. He is going to roll out to his right and has a receiver on the right side, and hauling it in for the first down, it's Sam Diaz at about the 45-yard line. So an 11-yard pickup on that pass.
Yep. Brian Short completes on an out route and picks up the first down. So moving the ball efficiently is Marlborough.
Short in the shotgun, back to either side. He's going to hand it off to the left back, and that is going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage as Cowdrey tries to go up the middle but runs into a herd of Milford defenders. So a small loss for Cowdrey.
That's the thing Milford's trying to do, is throw their running game off right now. Make them pass.
Short lined up in the gun with a back to either side. It's a 3-receiver set, this time with 2 to the left. He's going to take it himself up the middle and slips a couple tackles and will pick up some good yardage as he gets to the 47-yard line. And they're going to mark it at the 48.
Some aggressive defense by Milford already, trying to throw Marlborough off their game, trying to throw them off balance here, trying not to establish a run game. Milford's doing a good job at that.
A 5-yard gain for Short, who's lined back up in the gun with a back to either side. 2 receivers to the left with a man in the slot, motion in the backfield, and Short taking it himself. He's going to pitch it to his left, and it's going to be taken up the left side, as it will be Cowdrey getting the first down as he works his way up near the 40, but I think this one may be coming back as a flag was down on the play, and they're going to get Marlborough with the hold here. So this one coming back.
That prior play, Brian Short running an option, and it was a hold.
Holding on Marlborough.
Little,
those plays,
flicker there to the left side, trying some trickery, but this Milford defense was not fooled.
And trick plays like that too, there's almost certainty that you're going to get a holding call.
So 10-yard penalty, and they're pushed back now to the 41-yard line. It's 3rd and 13 for the Panthers.
This is a good set of downs here for Marlborough, but you know Milford's defense has matched up with Marlborough so far here. Get the ball back, start your offense here, get John Hearns out on the field, and you already stopped them. A good successful drive, stopped.
And now some discussion with the refs. That's the pause in the action. They're over on the far side having a discussion, and there's a couple Milford players around the discussion. Looks like the Marlborough coach was out there too. So the Panthers coach, I think, was trying to get some clarification on what the hold was, and now we are set to resume action. 8:49 and counting left to go in the first quarter. 3rd and 13 for the Panthers. As they will huddle up, and you have to expect they're going to try pass here.
Yes, exactly here, and probably something as similar as to what has been working. Look for an out route pass here.
Short in the gun, a back to his left, a 4-receiver set, 3 lined up to the left side, and the Scarlet Hawks looking to blitz. They come around the edge. The pass up the middle is incomplete. Great pressure from the defender on the play. Blake Hill coming up from the left side, and he got a helmet on short, so an incomplete pass, and that will be 4th down. The Panthers will punt it away. And Blake Hill had a wide open gap
4th down,
up the left side.
Is in punt formation.
Panthers lined up in punt formation. Mario Gonzalez is the punter. The snap and the kick, and it is a high end-over-end kick to about the 27, and it will be fairly caught by Steven Luna. So the Scarlet Hawks offense will come onto the field for the first time in the 2014 season after a terrific stop by the Scarlet Hawks defense.
And that's exactly what Milford defense needed there. Unfortunately, whenever Marlborough was trying to set a rhythm and a pace of the game, Marlborough's defense just broke that all up. Couldn't establish a good run game, and you know got lucky on a few passes here, but it was really the penalty, the holding, that was really what hurt Marlborough in that last drive.
And here comes the Scarlet Hawks offense as they are set to go, led by quarterback John Hearns in his senior year. A little more than a year of experience under his belt in the starting role. He lines up with a back to either side, 2 receiver set, motion from left to right, and it's going to be a handoff to the right back, David Abrego, who's going to take it to about the 31-yard line, a 3-yard pickup on the first offensive play of the 2014 season for the Scarlet Hawks. So 2nd and 7.
2nd down, 7.
And now Hearns lined up in the gun, back to his left. It's a 3-receiver set with a man on the slot to the left side, and it's going to be another handoff, this time to Quentin Orr, trying to work his way up the middle, eludes one defender, but will be brought down short of the line of scrimmage. So loss of 1, and excuse me, that was Jonathan Rodriguez on the carry. So loss of 1 for Rodriguez. They mark it at
No gain on the play. 3rd down, 7.
31-yard line, so back to the initial line of scrimmage for the Scarlet Hawks.
And right now, the Hawks are already in danger of going 3 and out here. You expect Pete Schuler to be kind of in the mix here.
Hearns back in the gun, Rodriguez to his left, a 4-receiver set, 3 lined up to the left side, takes the snap, he's going to roll out to his left, looking downfield, he's going to keep it and try to head upfield, and he will be brought down short of the 40-yard line, about a 7-yard gain, and he is awfully close to the first down marker, but he appears to be just short.
Yeah, that rollout play there was designed looking for Pete Schuler. Unfortunately, almost double covered there. Hearns takes it down the left sideline, and we'll see what about the measurement here. It looks like he is going to be short, though.
And yeah, they may bring out the chains, and no, they're going to say he's short. So they mark it as a 6-yard gain in this situation.
I'd say you go for it. And it looks like they're keeping Hearns out on the field here, too.
Certainly have to
maybe enticing offside here.
Right.
Yes.
So the offense still out there for the Scarlet Hawks. It's 4th and 1, and the ball is at the 37-yard line. And now a timeout will be taken by the Milford Scarlet Hawks. It will be a short timeout, and it looks like the offense is staying out there. And actually, Hearn's still talking with Coach Todd, so it appears as if they are going to go for this here on 4th and 1. And Hearns will now go back to the huddle. 6:03 left to go in the first quarter. A scoreless game here at Milford High School. The Scarlet Hawks already had a nice defensive stand. Now they're out there offensively.
If they get this first down here, this is going to be huge for their confidence on this drive.
Hearns on center, I formation, a receiver to either side. Takes the snap, he pushes forward, and he looks
like he has
it's
enough.
Awfully close.
John Hearns on the keeper.
I think he just has enough here.
And we'll see. They're going to bring out the chains for this one. This is really close. And actually, from my vantage point, which
think
could be deceiving, it does look a little short. And they're going to call it they're signaling a first down. So that is going to be a first down.
And that play is good for Scarlet Hawks.
So 1-yard gain for John Hearns, just enough to move the chains, and the Scarlet Hawks offense stays on the field. Hearns lined up in the gun, back to either side, and 2 receivers lined up to the right, a outside receiver on the left. And we are set to go, a new set of downs for the Scarlet Hawks. As Hearns awaits the snap, calls it out, gets the snap, looking downfield, looking to pass, looks to his right, has a target on his right. It will be complete for a short gain to David Abrego. And they will put this at the 42-yard line, a 3-yard gain for David Abrego on the reception.
Not really a deep threat right now. Milford's really just nickeling, diming Marlborough down the field here. Keep that defense off the field.
Hearns back in the gun, back to his left. This time a 3-receiver set with 2 receivers lined up to the left, and he will hand it off, and it is taken to the right side on the sweep by Rodriguez, and he gets close to the first down marker, but a couple yards short, about a 5-yard gain for the senior.
It seems to me, in the first couple plays here, you see John Hearns feeling very comfortable, has a good stride in the pocket as well as under center, and moving the ball efficiently, almost getting close to a second first down in this drive alone.
And this is coming back. It was a penalty against Milford, and they are called with a hold on the offensive line, so that pushes the Scarlet Hawks back 10 yards and makes it 2nd and 17.
Regardless of this, they've already controlled almost 4 minutes of clock on this drive.
Hearns lined up in the gun, back to his left. It is a 3-receiver set with a man in the slot to the right, and he will fake the handoff, rolls out to his left under pressure, and he's brought down in the backfield at the 25-yard line, and that is going to be a pretty big loss for the Milford Scarlet Hawks as they lose close to 9 yards on that play.
Yes, they did lose close to 9 yards, but John Hearns, being the senior veteran, taking his medicine on that and not trying to force anything on that play. Good call.
So now a 4th down and long, and they are going to more than likely punt this away. So loss of 6 was the total tally on the sack. And actually, they're going to go for it. Hearns is out there. He takes the snap. They hand it off, and it's up the middle. And I don't know what they were
baffled here.
doing there.
Wait a minute. Yes, now
it's 4th down.
Now it's 4th
down. So the clock error
yes.
threw us off. That's right. The penalty took away the down. So it's 4th down now. They're going to punt it away. They went with a little run.
I'm like,
up
that's
the
a
middle.
lot. That's a big confidence there going on 4th and 24.
So 4th and 18. Now they'll punt it away. Mistake on several ends here. The snap and the punt, and that is going to be an end-over-end kick, and will be a high end-over-end kick that'll take a couple hops past the 40 and roll back. And the Panthers will start at around the 31-yard line.
Milford's punt is
A
down
pretty
at the
nice
31
punt it
yard line.
turned out to be, as it initially
Second
landed
drive,
at
Marlborough
around the
at their own
45 and then rolled back. So the Marlborough Panthers offense will come back out for their second drive of the game.
That last drive by Milford, 5.5 minutes possession time, and got a favorable bounce here. And they're also playing a good field position game so far.
A short lined up in the gun, a back to either side, a 3 receiver set with 2 lined up to the right. He will take the snap, he hands it off to the right back, and that is going to be a short gain. There is a flag down on the play.
The ball carrier.
It was about a 4-yard gain for the Panthers pending this penalty. And the official pointing over towards the Scarlet Hawks, so looks like this was a defensive penalty. And they're going to call offsides against Milford.
Personal foul on Milford.
A personal foul, excuse me.
15
This
yard
is
penalty.
going to be 15-yard gain for the Marlborough Panthers. Personal foul against the Scarlet Hawks called.
And the game of right now, that's already started off the game of defense right now.
First down for Marlborough.
That hurts, especially having a great punt there.
So first down for the Panthers. The chains will move, and they are going to get up
First
to
and
the
10
line quick.
from the Milford 49.
Short lined up in the gun with a back to either side. It's a 3 receiver set with 2 lined up to the right. Going with the wing formation, as it will be a handoff up the middle, and that is going to be about a 2-yard gain.
Number 25, Willie Cowdery, the ball carrier.
Cowdery on the carry.
Marlborough playing a little hustle up there, trying to catch players. Substitutions there, too many men on the field, trying to get another penalty after that personal foul.
3-yard gain.
So they go back into the wishbone formation with 2 receivers lined up to the right. It's going to be another run up the middle for another short gain. And this time it'll be about a 2-yard gain by Cowdery.
Milford closing that center gap there in the middle of the field. And so far, Marlborough, to gain any yardage, have to go out to the sidelines here. Up the middle, Milford's got that covered.
Doing a nice job so far. As Short lines up again with a back to either side. 2 receivers lined up to the right. Now motion from left to right. It will be a handoff once again, taken up the middle. This time breaking tackles, getting through a first down and more, as Cowdery gets all the way to the 30, and a fight for the ball on the ground. A little scrum going on, and perhaps it was a fumble. And we'll see who has the ball.
Looks like it's going to be Marlborough. He may have been down on the ground and then lost possession.
That was about a 15-yard pickup, so Marlborough does have the ball. A nice gain by Cowdery.
For the Panthers. First and 10.
Short lined up once again with a back to either side, a 3 receiver set. Man in the slot to the right, motion from left to right. Takes the snap, and a handoff again taken up the middle by Cowdery, and this time he will be good for about 3 or 4.
Number 25, Willie Cowdery, the ball carrier.
So another short gain for Cowdery, and that seems to be perhaps a potential trend the Panthers could go with.
Second down, 9.
Have short runs up the middle and then try to break free on 3rd down. Short again takes a snap with motion left to right. This time a screen to the motion man, and brought down in the backfield was Andrew Rumney on the tackle. It is Sean Arquilano.
Yes, and Arquilano read that all the way.
Arquilano.
Great hit for a loss.
Right to the left side. Under a minute left now to go in the first quarter. It is 3rd and 14 from the 34 for the Marlborough Panthers. Big tackle there by Arquilano. Let's see what the defense does here. Short lined up with a single back to the left side. 3 receivers lined up to the left, 1 to the right. He is going to pitch it to the lone back, and it's taken up the left side. Short of the first down was Cowdery, and well short of the first down. Only a pickup of around 5 yards there. So that will bring up 4th down for the Marlborough Panthers.
6-yard gain on the play.
And we will see what they do next in the second quarter, as the first quarter has expired after 1 quarter of play from Milford High School. This game is knotted at 0, but it was certainly a fun first quarter of football. We are going to take a timeout. You're listening to Milford Scarlet Hawks football on WMRC First Class Radio Sports. Panthers now moving right to left across your radio. Short takes the snap from the shotgun, and he tries to take it himself to the left side, and he is brought down well short of the first down, just barely getting back to the line of scrimmage. So they go for it on 4th down. It will be a turnover on downs, and the Scarlet Hawks will have the ball at about the 28-yard line, working left to right across your radio. As the Scarlet Hawks offense back on the field for their second drive of the game. They had an extended drive for their first drive, a little over 5 minutes, but unable to come up with any points as Hearns in the shotgun. And it's a 2-back set as he will hand it off to Rodriguez, who takes it up the middle to about the 34-yard line, a 6-yard gain for the senior.
6-yard gain on the play. 2nd down, 4.
Hearns again lined up in the gun, another 2-back set, 2 receivers lined up to the left side, and this time goes with a back behind him and a back to his right. It's a screen to the left side and taken up the left sideline for a first down and more. That was Steven Luna on the reception. And they are going to mark this one at the 46-yard line, a 12-yard gain for Steven Luna. As the Scarlet Hawks move the chains. Hearns lined up in the gun, a back to either side, a 2-receiver set to the right. Takes the snap and fakes the handoff, throws to his right, another screen, and it was complete as taking it to the 48-yard line before being brought out of bounds was Tony Mobilia, the sophomore.
And that was 2 plays, 2 passes by John Hearns. Milford showing some aggression here to start the second quarter.
A 5-yard gain on that reception. And a good mix of run and pass we've seen so far, Jared, as Hearns lined up in the gun once again. And this time 1 man in the backfield, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. He's going to take it himself up the middle. And a tackle had the jersey of Hearns, but he continued to run. And he was able to get a nice little gain out of that as he's brought down at the 46-yard line. So a gain of a couple yards for Hearns.
Milford moving the ball extremely efficiently on this drive here, despite starting pinned back probably on their own 28-yard line here. Very effective on this drive.
And we see coaches using a lot of different communication techniques. You got a poster board up there they're holding up, and some coaches are holding up clipboards as well, as Hearns lines up with the back to either side. 2 receivers lined up to the left side, and Hearns is going to take this himself up the middle, and he will pick up a nice chunk of yardage. He goes for the first down and more all the way to the 40-yard line, and that is a nice little gain for Hearns, a 14-yard pickup.
Yes, they're keeping the drive alive. They're not going 3 and out. They haven't done that so far, and they're moving the ball extremely efficiently. Keep that defense on the sideline.
Hearns lined up in the gun once again, back to his left, takes the snap. He's going to roll out to his left, looking to pass, throws downfield, and it's over the head of his intended target, Pete Schuler.
Yeah, John Hearns has been looking for him all day so far, and no connection yet.
Nice coverage by Luke Goulet, the sophomore defensive back. Schuler's 6'2", but that pass just a little bit too high.
The way this game's going here, it's almost going to contradict. One big breakout play for either side here could be a big different maker for both either side. Excuse me.
So far, it's really been a defensive battle here in this first half.
A good heavyweight match here.
Hearns lined up again in the gun, back to his left, three receiver set this time with a man in the slot to the right. It's a handoff, and Rodriguez will sweep to the right side, works his way up the sideline, and awfully close to the first down marker.
And you know, this type of play right here is bringing the crowd right into this game too.
And I think it's just short, but nope, they give him the forward progress. So that is a 10-yard pickup for Rodriguez, 15 yards rushing so far for the senior.
And already have almost picked up 50 yards in less than 3 minutes in this drive.
Hearns lined up again in the gun, back to his left, a four-receiver set, two to either side, looks downfield, and will throw downfield, finds the man in the slot, and in close to the end zone, and no, actually incomplete. No, all right, so in close to the end zone, he did pull it in.
I think he rolled into the end zone. They're going to rule him probably down at the 1.
That was a big pickup, and it's a first down at the 2-yard line, it appears, for the Scarlet Hawks. Mark it at the 4-yard line, so a 25-yard pickup. Hearns lined up in the gun, back to his left. And now a stoppage in the action as Marlborough calls a timeout to make a couple substitutions. So big 25-yard gain, 8:12 left to go. Timeout on the field, we'll take one as well. You're listening to Scarlet Hawks football on First Class Radio. And welcome back to Milford High School, as it is a first down at the 4-yard line after a big, long 25-yard reception for the Scarlet Hawks. Milford with an opportunity here to put 6 on the board as Hearns lined up in the gun, back to his left, a receiver to either side. And now the play is blown dead once again. Stoppage in the action by the officials. They're going to have a little discussion here. And now play will resume. Now it's still stopped out there, not quite sure why. And the official is looking at the Marlborough sideline, having an argument with the coach. Now we are set to go. The Marlborough coach came out on the field as Hearns takes the snap. It's a handoff taken up the right side by Rodriguez, and he will be stopped at around the line of scrimmage, so not much of a gain there as he tries to find an opening on the right side. But I credit him a yard on that play.
On the goal line, first and goal here, you don't see Milford being aggressive here. I see them draining some more time off the clock here, which is just great play calling here.
Hearns lined up in the gun once again with a back to his right. Receivers spread out to either side. And again, the officials have a pause in the action here. Hearns lined up in the gun as Rodriguez to his right side. It's a 2-receiver set. Takes the snap, and he will take it himself up the middle and into the end zone for the Scarlet Hawks touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run by quarterback John Hearns, and the Milford Scarlet Hawks are on top 6-0. Nice vision upfield by Hearns, saw that opening in the middle of the defensive line, and a great option play really to throw off the defense.
It did. Yeah, they thought they were going to go to Abrego again, and it was not. It was a keeper right up the middle, untouched.
And now for the extra point, it's fumbled, and the snapper has possession. He's going to try to take it up the middle, will not get there. It was Zach Lanzetta fumbled or bobbled the snap and then try to take it up the middle. So the extra point no good, but it is 6-0 Milford. 7:35 left to go in the second quarter. You're listening to high school football on WMRC First Class Radio. High school football on WMRC. The Scarlet Hawks set to kick off left to right after a 3-yard touchdown run by quarterback John Hearns. Set to kick it away is Pat Lahane.
Something tells me I think that extra point there was actually intended to go for 2. You have Zach Lanzetta, who is a quarterback with good hands there. I think that was an intentional 2-point conversion try.
I'm not sure. It looks like he did bobble it, but we'll never know as that kickoff sails all the way back to the 5-yard line, but it will be returned up the far sideline and was tripped up as he got just past the 40. It was Mackenzie Sylvester on the return.
Yes, that was Pat Lahane, the kicker, who made the tackle there. Saved that touchdown.
Nice effort by Lahane, and kicker in those situations.
I know, I hate to interrupt you there, but that is impressive when you see the kicker getting in the mix there and saving a touchdown for his team.
Well, the kicker is your last resort sometimes.
And he threw a huge block.
So the return all the way up to the 42, a 37-yard return, and the Panthers will start off with good field position. A short lined up in the gun, a back to either side, motion from right to left, 4 receiver set, will take the snap and hand it off to the left back, will be taken up the right side. That is a short gain of about 2 yards. Cowdrey on the carry.
Number 77, Mike Casey.
Again, they're going to line up short in the gun with a back to either side. Pretty much the same formation they've been going with every game. This time he'll pass to the right side over the head of his intended target, Chris John Baptiste.
A little bit of stat there for you. That last drive was a 72-yard drive by Milford, capped off by a John Hearns 3-yard run. Great drive put together by Milford on that last set of downs.
So 3rd and 7 now at the 45-yard line.
And you see a well-rested defense, too, coming back on there. That drive was only less than 4 minutes there, with that defense taking its quick breaks there, and the offense allowing them to do it.
Short lined up in the gun, a back to either side, a 3-receiver set with 2 lined up to the left. And he will take the snap, looking downfield, will throw to the right back, and it was a very short gain as he was brought down near the line of scrimmage. So that will make it 4th and 7, and the Marlborough Panthers will punt it away as the Scarlet Hawks defense gets the job done once again. So the snap and now the punt. And it will sail all the way back to the 15, take a couple hops towards the end zone. It got by Steven Luna, and it will end up in the end zone. So the Scarlet Hawks will start from the 20-yard line with 6:40 left to go in the first half. As the offense comes back on the field, hoping for the same success that they had in the last drive.
Like I was saying, it was a 72-yard drive here, and they're also starting really shallow in their own end here.
Hearns will line it up again in the gun with a back to his left. 3 receivers lined up to the left side, 1 to the right. He takes a snap. He's looking towards the right side. Will throw downfield, and he finds his target at midfield. A big gain by Pete Schuler as he connects with the outside threat, and that is a 32-yard reception for Schuler.
Yes, and John Hearns saw Pete Schuler all the way there. Only single covered there. Made the inside catch and a little bit extra after the catch. Great completion there for Milford.
A little post route ran there by Schuler. Hearns looking over towards the sideline and going to have a brief chat with the coach. You could tell that these Scarlet Hawks players have bought into Coach Todd's system.
I'm seeing so far a different team from last year here. I'm extremely impressed.
Hearns in the gun, back to his left, will fake the handoff, rolls out to his left, looking downfield, will throw downfield, and that is over the head of his intended target, Pete Schuler.
Pass by John Hearns falls incomplete.
You know, you saw a little connection of chemistry starting there last year between Hearns and Schuler, and now they're carrying it into this year, and they're starting right off here in the first half and already establishing a lot more chemistry. Already having a huge game so far is John Hearns.
He's having a great game, and you can see that he's just so much more comfortable.
You see him,
with this offense.
You know, he's playing like a veteran right now.
77 yards passing for John Hearns, who's lined up in the gun with a back to his right. It's 3 receivers set. He's looking to pass. He's looking downfield. He's under pressure. Rolls out to his left. Gets by the defender. Goes downfield. And it is hauled in at the 35-yard line. And that was Steven Luna on the reception. So a 13-yard gain on that reception. That's 25 yards receiving now for Steven Luna.
13-yard gain on the play. First down and 10 for the Scarlet Hawks.
Hearns again will line up in the gun, back to either side. 2 receivers lined up to the right, man to the left, takes the snap, will hand it off, and it fakes the handoff, will take it himself. There is a flag down on the play as Hearns brought down just past the 25.
Look at this
there are
going
flags
for Milford.
on the field. And
maybe a hold.
yeah, this is going to be a hold, I think. The crowd was relatively silent, so
yeah,
you can pretty much tell what's coming.
And John Hearns is, I'll just finish out the play.
So this will push the Scarlet Hawks back a little bit.
But this hasn't been, this penalty won't really prove costly here. They've already moved the ball about 50, 60 yards so far in only about a minute. I mean, they have a great hurry-up offense right now.
They do.
The lines of communication from the sideline to John Hearns has just been flawless so far.
Now they're just going to measure it out as this is going to push the Scarlet Hawks back
Personal foul on
15
Milford.
yards,
Oh.
and it was a personal foul call. I
Chop
thought
block.
they got him with a hold, but shot block call.
That 15-yard penalty will make it first down and 25.
So first and 25 left to go as the Scarlet Hawks move back to midfield. Hearns in the gun, back to his right, man in the backfield, 2 receivers set, and will hand it off, taken up the middle, breaking free, and getting all the way to the 30-yard line. It's Quentin Orr, and that's a player we haven't seen much of this game, but makes a big impression there as he picks up just over 20 yards.
He takes care of that penalty in one play here. That is huge.
19-yard gain on the play.
So 19 was the total tally for Quentin Orr. That was a big gain.
Second down, 6.
See, I told you the penalty would prove costly.
Right. Second and 6. So it was first and 25 going into that. Hearns takes the snap, and it's another handoff taken up the middle, and this time it's Abrego still on his feet, barreling past tacklers, gets to around the 20-yard line before finally being brought down. And it looks like the ball came out. It was a fumble, and Marlborough has recovered. So very costly play there for the Scarlet Hawks as the Panthers now have the ball at the 20-yard line on the fumble recovery.
Marlborough at their own 20.
And that is a shame. You had a great drive going once again. Really had a chance to take control of the game. But now Brian Short back out there with the Panthers offense. Lined up in the gun, back to either side. 2 receivers lined up to the left, 1 to the right. Takes the snap. It's going to be a run up the middle, which is going to be good for a few.
Number 25, Willie Cowdrey, ball carrier.
Cowdrey coming up the middle for a 3-yard gain on that last play.
3-yard gain on the play.
4:13 and counting left to go in the first half. A 6-0 Milford Scarlet Hawks lead. And Jared, I think you summarized it perfectly when you said we're seeing a totally different team from last year out there.
And it's shown so far in this first half.
Short lined up in the gun. Back to his left. It's a 4 receivers set, 2 to either side, and now action is going to be stopped as the Panthers will take a short timeout here to talk things over as Short heads to the sideline.
I'm not seeing a lot of confidence here by the Marlborough side playing in their own zone here. Only on one possession there did they actually break into Milford territory here. So the Milford defense has been as strong on all sides, blocking up the middle and fanning out to the sides and protecting those sidelines too. The Milford defense is just coming through huge here right now in the first half.
Short lined up again in the gun, back to his left. The 4 receivers set, 2 to either side. Takes the snap. Will fake the handoff and will now head off to the man sweeping to the right side and getting the first down and more. It is Sam Diaz. Nice option play there.
Looked like a double
by the
reverse a
Panthers.
little bit. Yep.
Good fake there by Short, and he had the defense fooled. But 11-yard gain for Diaz.
First and 10 at the 35.
Now Short again, lined up in the gun, back to either side. 3 receivers set, and play blown dead right after the snap. So that is going to be against Marlborough. False start. That'll push them back 5. So it will be first and 15.
Marlborough just trying to find a rhythm here to try to set the game here for them, try to get it in their own rhythm here. It seems like they just haven't started this game yet. You know, it started. Their offense has not got, you know, there's been...
Offsides on Marlborough. That's a 5-yard penalty.
Well placed at
First
the
down, 15.
26-yard line as Short will take the snap out of the gun, and it's taken up the middle for a short gain of about 3 yards. And again, that was Cowdrey on the carry. This Milford defense just doing a tremendous job at covering up the middle. They are not letting Marlborough break free, but whenever the Panthers do test the ends, which is why I'm surprised they're not doing it more, they're usually able to pick up some yards. Panthers offense is set to go.
From the 29.
Short lined up with a back to either side. 3 receivers set, 2 lined up to the left. Short gets the snap, looks to his left, has a receiver upfield, and that will be a gain of about 7 or 8 as hauling it in there was Nelson Zompetti. And they mark it at the 39-yard line, so a 9-yard gain for Zompetti.
I think Marlborough drew him off sides.
And flagged down as they lined up at the line of scrimmage, so offsides on someone. And that is going to be against Milford, so it will be
Free first down here.
right. Plus 5 more yards for the Panthers. If you're the Scarlet Hawks, you have to be careful here. You do not want to give away free yards.
No, you don't here, especially when you're trying to get the ball back, try to get something going on the winding last seconds here, the second quarter.
Short lined up again in the gun with a back to either side. A 3 receiver set, 2 lined up to the right. As he will take the snap, looking downfield, throws to the right side, and it's over the head of his intended target, Sam Diaz.
Brian Short here, they had good protection there. Good 5-step drop back in the pocket, just overthrew.
So we'll make it 2nd and 10 now from the 44.
At their own 44.
2:16 left to go in the first half.
I think they're going to do a run play here just to keep this clock going, start the clock.
Short again, lined up in the gun with a back to either side. 2 receivers to the right, and a man lined up to the left on the outside as he takes the snap. Handoff to the right back. Again, it's Cowdrey up the middle, and that will be a minimal gain of 3 yards.
If you're Marlborough right now, you're only down a possession here. Smart play conservative, wind the clock down, go to half, or be more aggressive here. So far, I see a really conservative team right now on this drive.
Well, you have to keep in mind you got a
Milford, I think, just burned another timeout.
Timeout. Milford.
Yep.
Yeah, they're playing it smart here. I think they want to get this ball back here before the end of this half.
They know they have a chance
Yeah.
to perhaps put up some quick points.
Well, it's 3rd and 7 here, so. Milford, I'm just amazed how aggressive they're playing right now.
Well, yeah, I think
Despite it being 6-0 here, it has been all Milford so far.
they have their foot on the gas pedal.
Yep.
They're not letting off.
They're really controlling this game on both sides of the ball.
Short lined up in the gun with a back to his right, a 4-receiver set. 3 lined up to the right side. Short calls it out and gets the snap. Will roll out a little bit to his right. Tries to throw upfield as he's under pressure. It's incomplete. Great pressure coming through the middle was Sean Burns. And also Ryan Nesta getting in there as well to provide some pressure for the Scarlet Hawks. And that will be 4th down. The Panthers will punt it away.
And that was perfect there for Milford, too. Stops the clock. You don't have to burn another timeout. I think they may have one more timeout in their pocket.
4th down and 7 for the Panthers.
Alec Turner set to punt it away for Marlborough. In the backfield for Milford, it's Stephen Luna. The snap and the punt. It's a high end-over-end kick as Luna will pedal back and not able to get a hand on it. He's chasing it down now, bobbles it at around the 5-yard line, and the Panthers will bring him down just past the 10. So nearly a very costly bobble there by Luna, but he was able to get a hold of it and return it upfield for a couple, but the Scarlet Hawks will start deep in their own territory.
I don't think anything's going to be changing here in Joe Todd's play calling here. I think they're going to still be aggressive here. Got 2 minutes left in this half. I think they're going to be aiming for trying to get another score here before it's over.
Ball is placed at the 11-yard line as Hearns lined up in the gun with a back to either side. Will take the snap, and it will be a run up the middle of the left hash marks, a gain of 1 or 2, and this deep in your own territory, if you're Milford, I think you need to think about perhaps passing here. The timeout will be called on the field. 1:42 left to go, full timeout called on the field. A 3-yard gain on that last run. Timeout on the field, we'll take one as well. It's Scarlet Hawks football on First Class Radio Sports.
3-yard gain on the previous play for the Scarlet Hawks.
2nd and 7 from the 14-yard line for Milford. 1:42 left to go in the first half as Hearns lined up in the shotgun back to his right. A 3-receiver set with 2 lined up to the right. Handoff taken up the middle, and that'll be another 2 or 3 yards for the Scarlet Hawks.
I think Marlborough's taking another timeout again.
With the new ball carrier.
I think they're going to want to play. They're going to try to match Milford here right now, trying to get the ball back here and try to do something themselves. They're using their timeouts now.
Well, it's now 3rd and 1 for the Scarlet Hawks, so they are awfully close to that first down marker.
I hate to say this, but I think deep in their own zone here, 3rd and 1, I think they're going to go for it. This is like a 4-down territory. I mean, I don't think they're going to want to play.
Oh, yeah, I think you go for the first down here, and then you pass the rest of the half and hope to maybe get a score out of it. You still have time left. 1:33 left.
And let's not forget, too, every first down, clock stops.
The good thing is Hearns has an arm, so they could go upfield if they
really quick,
really
especially a
want
good connection here with Pete Schuler, or
And seeing the aggressive trend that this offense has had throughout the game, you'd expect they will try to go for it.
Well, either side so far in this first half has not truly had that break yet, that breakaway play yet. You did see that 25-yard hookup, but otherwise than that, it's been pretty much little nickel and dime plays. You see Hearns there all alone. Schuler, one-on-one.
So both teams back out to the line of scrimmage. Hearns lined up with the back to either side. We'll hand it off to the right back, and it's a run up the middle, breaking through the first down and more. Now at around the 35, he will be brought down. That is about a 15-yard gain for the first down. That was Quinton Orr on the carry. So another big carry for Orr.
15-yard gain.
34 yards rushing today on 2 carries for the senior.
1st and 10. Milford at their own 35.
As Hearns lined up in the gun, back to his left, it's a 4-receiver set, 3 lined up to the right, looking to pass, and will now roll out to his left under pressure and throws it away.
Falls incomplete.
That'll make it 2nd and 10 from the 35. Good decision there by Hearns to throw it away and not lose that extra yardage.
Yeah, that's the second good play, good decision that he made, keeping the ball in the first possession of the first half, first quarter, and taking a sack. And now nothing open, just throw it away.
And you notice Hearns has been lining up in the gun for most of the game here. Not a whole lot of on center like we saw last year. So big change up in this offensive system as he lines up again with a back to either side. We'll pitch it back this time as he runs into pressure. It's Orr trying to turn up field. Now on the far side, works his way past the first down marker. And that is going to be about a 12-yard gain.
And that for the Scarlet Hawks.
That stops the clock every first down there. Milford using that to their advantage.
That's a big gain for the Scarlet Hawks. Less than a minute left to go as the clock continues to run. The Scarlet Hawks back to the line. Hearns lined up in the gun. Back to his right, a 3-receiver set with 2 lined up to the left. And now the ref's going to come in and blow the action dead as a timeout has been called by Marlborough. I think Scarlet Hawks offense is coming back out on the field. Marlborough still huddled up on their sideline, and they're set to go now too.
You see Pat Lehane on the sideline practicing here. I don't know if they're going to try to go for a touchdown here or try to get it in, at least try to get a 2-possession lead going into the half here.
I'll be very surprised if this is not a pass play. As Hearns lined up in the gun, back to his left, 3-receiver set, 2 lined up to the right, takes a snap, looking to pass, rolls out to his right under pressure, throws outfield, it's intercepted at the 45-yard line, and the defender is going to take it to the 30 before being brought down. The interception.
Pass kicked off by number 44, Andrew Rumney.
Big interception for Andrew Rumney, and he was brought down heading downfield at about the 35. So this puts the Panthers in a position where they have an opportunity to try to get some points here.
Yeah, a couple quick plays here, 1 or 2 quick first downs here.
And the officials discussing perhaps would be a penalty. And they are going to erase this interception, I think.
I don't know. I don't see Hearns out there. I see Lanzetta. Wait. Well, we do not see John Hearns on the field. Looks like Lanzetta.
All right, so the defense stays out there. It was a penalty against Marlborough, so it does push them back, but they will hold on to the ball. That's
Was it a penalty after the fact?
Yep, penalty after the interception. A holding call against the Panthers after the interception. So they hold on to the ball. And this is going to push them back to the 48-yard line.
Holding on Marlborough.
So the Panthers still at midfield. 38.8 seconds left to go. They have an opportunity here. Short lined up in the gun, a man in the backfield, a 4-receiver set, 3 lined up to the right side. Short takes a snap, looking to his right, now his left, looks upfield, throws up the middle, and it is in and out of the hands of Cowdery. So that'll make it 2nd and 10 from the 48. And I don't know why they keep testing that middle. The Scarlet Hawks, they've had that covered up all game long.
They have, and you know what? Having it covered up in the middle, and then they're fanning out to the end, sidelines here. This defense has been solid. Every play.
34.8 seconds left to go. 2nd and 10 from the 48 for the Marlborough Panthers. Short lined up in the gun. Back to his right, a 4-receiver set, 3 lined up to the right side. Short with a couple of leg bumps, takes the snap, throws downfield, and it is incomplete. Great defensive pressure downfield as the intended target was Nelson Zompetti. The defensive pressure was
number 23, Nelson Zompetti.
provided downfield by Ryan Nesta.
Ryan Nesta of Milford.
Good coverage downfield for the Scarlet Hawks so far, really all game long.
Well, you know, too, Brian Short's passes have been kind of sailing a little bit over his receivers there, too, not really hitting them in the numbers.
So Short lined up in the gun, back to his right, another 4-receiver set. Short awaiting the snap. Takes the snap, looking downfield, will throw to his right, and that will be narrowly intercepted. In and out of the hands of the defender. And on defense, it was Jack DeSantis, and Short just kind of aired that one out, hoping for someone to get there.
Yeah, you know, and Jack DeSantis had a perfect opportunity to catch that, went right through his hands. I think it hit his knee as well.
That was
one of those ones you wish you had back. You wish you had that
back.
That
was right in the numbers.
Yep,
That should have been caught. And he not
knew
happy about it.
He knew it. But regardless, it is an incomplete pass, and it is 4th and 10. And I do believe Marlborough is going to punt this one.
So they will indeed punt it away. The Scarlet Hawks will still have 23.7 seconds left to go. As the Panthers out there set to punt it away. The snap and the kick. And it is an end-over-end kick, which takes a couple hops past the 15, back to the 10. A little bobble at the 10-yard line. And not many yards at all picked up by Steven Luna, and he's bobbled the ball a couple times today. He needs to be careful there.
You know, especially too in you know, special teams right there. You know, if you're not going to be able to make a clean catch on the ball, let it just sail out of bounds or into the end zone. You know, it is not a live ball. It's not like a kickoff here.
So 13.8 seconds left to go.
I think you're going to take a knee here.
Yeah, you need to.
You know, end the game. You know, end the first half.
But it was a terrific first half for the Milford Scarlet Hawks.
Yes, especially in the second quarter
down
alone.
Scarlet Hawks at their own 9.
As they will line it up in victory formation. They are going to knee this one out to end the first half. And that's indeed what they will do. So after one half of play, it has been a great defensive football game between the Marlborough Panthers and the Milford Scarlet Hawks. And Milford will head into the locker room with a 6-0 lead over Marlborough. Welcome back to Milford High School. We are set for the second half of football. The Marlborough Panthers will kick off right to left across your radio. It's a 6-0 Milford Scarlet Hawks lead, and they have a big opportunity here to gain control of this game right from the get-go if they can have a good drive here, as kickoff is in the air and will sail back to the 5-yard line. End-over-end kick. A return will be taken up the left side, breaking free past the 40 at midfield, the 45, the 40. He could go all the way at the 10-yard line and into the end zone. A touchdown for the Milford Scarlet Hawks as Quentin Orr returns the kickoff for a touchdown. That was a 90-yard kickoff return for Quentin Orr. 97, excuse me. 97-yard kickoff return for Quentin Orr. And the Scarlet Hawks are up 12-0 and will attempt the extra point. How about that to start off the second half?
Quentin Orr has returned and working the sideline down, and he just broke it. He took it to the sidelines and just broke it. I mean,
I guess
he went in untouched.
I guess his leg is doing okay.
Yeah, his leg is okay. The brace looks like it's helped.
So we saw Steven Luna have some troubles returning kicks. They stick Quentin Orr back there.
I mean,
and there you go.
He really almost proved a costly turnover there to end the second quarter.
Now for the extra point. Pat Lahane set to kick the extra point. The snap and the kick. And that is good as it sails through, and the Scarlet Hawks are on top 13 to nothing. We are just at the beginning of the second half. The Scarlet Hawks get another touchdown on the board. A 97-yard kickoff return by Quinton Orr. This is Scarlet Hawks football on First Class Radio Sports. And welcome back to Milford High School football on WMRC First Class Radio. It is 13 to nothing. Scarlet Hawks has a 97-yard kickoff return by Quinton Orr. Starts off the second half. So now this time Milford will kick off left to right across your radios. Pat Lane set to kick it away.
And that's the thing you need sometimes on special teams. They're scoring touchdowns there. Takes a little weight off the offense there. It takes away the offensive pressure. Now things could be a little bit more lax now, especially if they can force another 3 and out here.
That was a tremendous run there by Quinton Orr. As Lahane set to kick it away. And this is going to be a short end-over-end kick, which will drop at the 25, will back to the 20. The return will be up the middle. It's still on his feet, working by a number of tacklers. Marlborough trying to respond and brought down at midfield. That was about a 30-yard kickoff return by Will Cowdrey and the Marlborough Panthers. So they respond a little bit on their own and will have good field position to start off their first drive of the second half.
Jack DeSantis right there making a saving tackle there.
Ball marked at the 48-yard line as Brian Short and the Panthers offense set to go. Short with a back to his left, a 4-receiver set, 3 lined up to the left. He's going to roll out to his left off the snap and will throw right to the 50-yard line where Nelson Zompetti was standing. Zompetti hauled it in and picked up a nice little gain as he gets to about the 45-yard line, a 7-yard pickup by the senior.
8-yard gain on the play. Second
Ball
down, 2.
marked at the 44-yard line. The Panthers back to the line of scrimmage. Short with a back to either side. 2 receivers lined up to the right, a man to the left. Short and the gun, takes the snap, throws to his right, has a target, but brought down immediately after making the catch as Andrew Romney was close to the first down marker, about a pickup of 2, so they will call it a first down, and Romney gets the job done.
Some of the problems here I've been noticing with Brian Short is he's sailing the ball. He's not giving his receivers enough chance to catch it and get some yards after the catch there.
Short again in the gun. This time he'll go with a back to his left. 3 receivers lined up to the left side, 1 wide to the right. Takes the snap and will roll out. Now pitches it back to the lone man in the backfield as he will sweep to the left side. It was Cowdrey picking up a few yards coming up the left side, and that is going to be about a 4-yard pickup for Cowdrey. Cowdrey continues to be the primary back for the Marlborough Panthers. They rely on him, have relied on him a lot in this game, trying to get this offense going. Short with a back to either side, a 3-receiver set. 2 lined up to the right, man in the slot. Short set for the snap, takes the snap, looking downfield, has all kinds of time, throws to his right side, and it was a short pass intended for his target, who was at about the 18-yard line, but he threw the pass just short, and that should have been a nice gain for the Marlborough Panthers as Short just had all kinds of time, but
from the 37.
There again, I think you see the inexperience come to play a little bit. Sam Diaz was the intended target, by the way. So 8:35 left to go, 3rd and 5 for the Marlborough Panthers from the 37-yard line. Short and the offense heads back to the line of scrimmage. Short in the gun with a back to his right, a 4-receiver set, 3 line up to the right. And Short set to take the snap, and the action will be stopped by the officials. A timeout is going to be called. I think some
Timeout,
confusion
Marlborough.
on the offensive side of the ball on 3rd and 5. So a quick timeout for the Marlborough Panthers. A short heads over to the sideline. And Marlborough just looking for something here. You're down 2 touchdowns now, and you need to get something going offensively, really, to just get your confidence up.
Well, that too. I mean, you know, you just get, I mean, I imagine their coach right now is just saying, just get one back. Just get one back. You know, and that's all you got to really do to climb back in this one if you're Marlborough. But you know what? Milford has a great advantage here. The way their defense is playing, their offense is not going to need to score a lot of points here. The defense is really calling this game right now.
And the Scarlet Hawks, they've had a good defense the last few years, but
it's really shining right now.
Right, it's shining more now because you have a solid offense to go along with it. A short in the gun, back to his left. It's another 4-receiver set with 3 lined up to the right. He will take the snap, and it's a handoff taken up the middle for little to no gain by Cowdrey. They might give him maybe a yard, if anything, on that one.
I think Marlborough's going to consider this as 4-down territory here. Why not? I mean, you know, this is going to be just as good as a punt.
Well, you're on 4th down, and in a Milford territory, you have not been able to get a lot going, so here you have to go for it. Short lined up in the gun, and back to his right, another 4-receiver set. 3 lined up to the right side. Short will take the snap, looks downfield, throws to his left, and he underthrew his target.
You got a penalty on the...
that was close. Penalty
Flag on the field.
Was called, and it is more than likely going to be a holding penalty. Officials at midfield to discuss it now.
Looks like they're going to decline this one, picking up the flag.
Scarlet Hawks, of course, will decline that to keep it at 4th down. Now the Panthers are going to punt it away.
No, I believe that's going to be a turnover on downs. It was incomplete. It was a penalty, but an incomplete pass. Right. They picked it up, and it will be Milford's ball.
Turnover on downs as Hearns and the Scarlet Hawks offense back on the field.
On 38.
Hearns in the gun with a back to his left, a 3-receiver set this time. Hearns takes the snap. It will be a handoff taken up the middle. And that will be taken to the 42-yard line, about a 4-yard gain. That was Jonathan Rodriguez on the carry. 22 yards rushing for Rodriguez.
2nd down, 5 at the 43.
Hearns back in the gun with a back to either side. 2 receivers lined up to the left. 7-12 and ticking, left to go in the 3rd quarter. Hearns will hand it off. It's taken up the middle for a 1st down and more to midfield. A nice gain for David Abrego, as it will be marked at the 50-yard line.
At the 50.
7-yard gain you can credit Abrego with there. Hearns in the gun, back to his left. 2 receivers lined up to the left side, and it's going to be another handoff. This time it's a sweep to the right side, and getting close to the 1st down marker was Rodriguez. Just shy of that 1st down marker, about a 9-yard gain for the senior.
Seems like they're bringing, Joe Todd's bringing Quentin Orton to get those tough yardages. You know, the little 3rd and 1 plays, but he's picking up more than just a yard.
Quentin Orr is back out there now. Scarlet Hawks offense. It's lined back up. Hearns in the gun, back to either side. 2 receivers lined up to the left. Hearns will take the snap, hands it off to Orr, and Orr rushes up the middle for the 1st down and a little more, as he will get just past the 35. A 7-yard gain for Orr. Scarlet Hawks continuing to move the chains, 53 yards rushing for Quinton Orr.
And the 97-yard kickoff return.
Very true.
Yep.
First down and 10 for Scarlet Hawks.
Hearns back in the gun, this time back to his left. It is a 4-receiver set. Hearns takes the snap, will fake the handoff, throws up the middle, has a target at the 15-yard line. Hauling it in was Blake Hill. A 19-yard reception.
And that's the difference between what John Hearns is doing and what, what Brian Short's doing, finding his receivers.
Hearns again in the gun with a back to either side. 2 receivers lined up to the left. He takes a snap. It's a handoff to the left back. That's Rodriguez coming around the right side. Will get to the 8-yard line. A 7-yard pickup for Rodriguez.
Like I was just going to build on that. John Hearns is hitting his players in stride. He's hitting his receivers in stride. Unfortunately, Short is not then.
Rodriguez on the end around there as the clock keeps on running. Scarlet Hawks at the 9-yard line. It's 2nd and 3 to go. Hearns in the gun, a back to either side. A 3-receiver set with 2 to the left. Takes the snap, and it's a handoff to Abrego. Abrego trying to take this one up the middle. Gets past a couple of defenders, but brought down inside the 5. So that is about a 5-yard pickup for Abrego. First down for the Scarlet Hawks. 1st and goal now. It's looking like another scoring drive for Milford, unless something goes horribly wrong.
From the 5.
I think if you're Hearns here, you got to run this in or give it to Abrego here.
Hearns from the gun, he fumbled the snap and will recover on the ground.
John Hearns crossing the ball.
So it will be a loss of yards as Hearns was at the 10-yard line when he recovered the faulty snap. So it's still 2nd and goal for the Scarlet Hawks, this time from the 10-yard line.
That could prove disastrous, that whole drive failing on a botched snap.
Thought I jinxed him miserably there.
John Hearns keeping it together.
Hearns in the gun, back to either side. He will take the snap in. He will hand it off to Abrego, who will reclaim some of those yards as he gets back to about the initial line of scrimmage. About a 5-yard pickup for Abrego.
5-yard gain on the play.
3rd and goal from the 5 for the Scarlet Hawks. Milford moving left to right across your radio. We are in the 3rd quarter. It's a 13-0 Milford lead over Marlborough. For those of you just joining us, this Scarlet Hawks team, they come into this game a whole lot more experienced than when they played this very game last year.
I notice Pete Schuler is one-on-one on the sideline, on the right sideline here.
Hearns in the gun, back to his right. It's a 3-receiver set, 2 lined up to the left. Flags all over the place. This is going to be against Milford, false start. That'll push him back 5.
I think John Hearns was looking for Pete Schuler on that. They're getting those one-on-one matchups, though. Pete Schuler has been.
False start, Milford.
Back to 3rd and 10. Hearns will come over and talk to Coach Todd on the sideline real quick. 2:53 and ticking left to go in the 3rd quarter.
Are they considering this 3rd and goal or 3rd and 10 here?
Still 3rd and goal.
Yeah. So this is going to be a big play here.
Hearns with a back to his right. 2 receivers lined up to the right side. Hearns takes the snap, fakes the handoff, will roll out to his right, looking downfield. He's under pressure. He'll throw downfield, and it is off the hands of Steven Luna in the end zone and out of bounds. An incomplete pass. That'll make it 4th down, but the Scarlet Hawks do have Pat Lahane, who can kick the field goal from this distance, so the Scarlet Hawks have a chance for another score here at least.
This looks like it's going to be roughly about a 28-yard attempt.
Number 40,
unofficial.
into attempt a field goal.
Pat Lahane set to attempt the field goal. They tee it up at the 17-yard line. On the left hash, the snap and the kick. And it is good. Lahane knocks it through, and it's 16-0 as the Milford Scarlet Hawks lead the Marlborough Panthers and are in control of their first game of the season. This is high school football on WMRC First Class Radio Sports. Welcome back to Milford High School, a 16-0 lead for the Scarlet Hawks after Pat Lahane completes the 27-yard field goal. Milford with a nice firm hold on this game so far as Lahane set to kick off left to right across your radio.
Let's keep in mind, though, this is only still a two-possession game, considering two-point conversion tries.
Lahane will kick off an end-over-end kick, sails back to about the 5-yard line on the far side of the field, and the return upfield will be for 26 yards. So a nice return for the Panthers, give them some decent field position, and kick returning has certainly been one of Marlborough's strong suits so far in this game. That was returned by Tyler Hardy, and the Panthers are set for another shot at it offensively. They've come up pretty dry so far in this game, have had a lot of trouble getting into Milford territory. Is Short lined up in the gun with a back to his left, a 4-receiver set, 3 lined up to the left side. Short takes the snap, will hand it off, and it is a run up the middle. And that will be good for a 4 or a 5-yard pickup by Cowdrey. They mark it at the the 36-yard line for a 5-yard gain. And now on this, it will be a sweep to the right side, breaking free at the 40, the 30, the 20, brought down out of bounds inside the 20. And again on that carry, it was Cowdrey.
Zach Lanzetta saving a touchdown there from Milford. As Marlborough gets a big break here, gets into Milford territory.
That was a big gain for the Marlborough Panthers. And they mark this at the 17-yard line. Lined up in the gun is Short, a back to his left, 4-receiver set, 3 lined up to the left side. Takes the snap, another handoff up the middle as they continue to test the middle, and this time it will be a pretty good pickup, but a 6-yard pickup for Cowdrey, and they just continue to hand off to Cowdrey. They're really testing that defensive line, but they're starting to break through a little bit.
Yeah, you're right. They are starting to break through.
iPhone with the concession stand end zone. Please return it to the press box. Thank you.
Snap, throw to the left side, a screen to the slot man, Andrew Rumney, and he's brought down almost immediately, about 2 yards on the play.
Pass by number 2, Brian Short, is complete. Come out by number 44, Andrew Rumney.
Seems like Brian Short's throwing too far out to the flats on the sideline there, and Milford is making those quick adjustments there and not allowing any of the receivers to get any extra yardages after catch. That was a perfect example of that play right there.
Well, less than a minute left to go now in the third quarter as the Panthers threatening deep in Milford territory. Short in the gun, a back to either side. It's a 3-receiver set, 2 lined up to the right. Takes the snap, looks to his left, throws to his left, it's complete. And brought down out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
Pass is complete by number 2.
That was Cody Linfield on the reception. So 6-yard pickup.
Now Milford's going to test another part of their defense here, their goal line defense.
First down.
Short again, lined up in the gun with a back to either
I think
side.
Milford needs to take a timeout here.
And I think they may have done just that, and that is indeed what they did.
Timeout.
So
Milford.
full timeout called on the field. 26.5 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. You're listening to Scarlet Hawks football on First Class Radio Sports. So a big 47-yard run by Will Cowdery has put Marlborough in nice position as it's 1st and goal at the 4-yard line, and they have a nice opportunity here to come up with their first points of the game. 26.5 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
I say if you're Marlborough, just keep giving it to Cowdery. I mean, he's the guy who's been giving you the yardage. Keep going with him.
I'm sure that's what they will more than likely continue to do. Short lined up again with a back to either side. It's a 3-receiver set. 2 lined up to the right side. Motion from left to right now as left back motions the slide, takes the snap and will pitch it to the right side of Cowdery, and Cowdery is brought down after he turns upfield, and that means the clock continues to run. He was kept in bounds as well, maybe picked up a yard on that play. The third quarter pretty close to coming to an end, and I think that was the last play of the third quarter. And indeed it was, as the third quarter has expired. And it was a nice third quarter for the Milford Scarlet Hawks. They put up 10 points in the third quarter to make it a 16-0 game, but the Panthers are threatening from the 4-yard line. We'll take a quick timeout and have the final 11 minutes coming up next on WMRC First Class Radio Sports. Marlborough Panthers with possession on the 4-yard line. Second down as they are now moving left to right across your radio to start off the fourth quarter. Short lined up with a back to either side, a 3-receiver set. Motion now from the right back as he moves into the slot. Short takes the snap, and he's going to pitch it to the left side of Cowdery. Cowdery turns upfield and brought down after about a 2-yard pickup. So Milford defense holding strong. 111 yards rushing now for Cowdery in this game.
And so far, their goal line defense has been sturdy so far as the game has gone on.
So they credit him with 1 yard.
Third
and 3 to go.
From the 3-yard line.
Milford defense forcing Marlborough to go on the outside.
Short lined up with a back to either side. 3-receiver set. 2 receivers lined up to the right. Short will take a low snap. Looked like it went off the ground, and actually the snap was to the left back, and he picks up nothing on that play. So it looks like he just barely got back to the line of scrimmage. So it will be now 4th and 3.
Now keep in mind, they can get a first down here without scoring.
That was David Abrego on the stop, and Abrego has done a lot on both sides of the ball, having a really nice game. There we go, 4th down from the 3-yard line, 4th and goal. Short with a back to either side, a 3-receiver set. 2 lined up to the right, takes the snap, and he will fumble it as he tries to hand it to his left side, and stopped short of the end zone was Andrew Rumney. Trying to get in, was at the 1-yard line, then pushed back and out of bounds. The Milford defense coming through, preventing Marlborough from getting in the end zone, and that is huge. Panthers are likely going to perhaps try a field goal here. Try to at least put 3 on the board, or they're going to go for it actually.
No, that was 4th down.
Oh, that's right, turnover on downs,
yep.
Excuse me. Milford with the big turnover, 1st and 10 from the 5-yard line. Hearns lined up with a back to his left, takes the snap, and will hand it off to Abrego. Abrego turns upfield as he comes up the left side, and he will get very close to that first down marker, and that will be enough to move the chains for Abrego. This one is marked at the 20-yard line, a 15-yard gain. And an injury on the field, and actually he's getting up now, so it doesn't look like we will have to take the timeout. It looks like they're going to bring out, they're going to have to escort him off the field, but he's up and moving, and now walking off the field under his own power. So a very good sign. And the injured player was, looks like Chris Spasaro out there. Excuse me, it was Gio Tuttle, number 60. So Gio Tuttle was the injured player, but walked off the field under his own power. So a good sign as Hearns lined up with the back to either side. 3 receiver set. We'll hand it off to the right back, a run up the middle. And that is a nice little pickup for David Abrego, about a 5-yard pickup. Clock continues to run in Milford. You'd have to expect that they're going to run the ball out here. And
yeah, play keep away here.
Right, 2nd and 5 now from the 25-yard line. The Scarlet Hawks have really been in control of this game all game long. Hearns lined up in the gun once again, a back to either side. 2 receivers lined up to the right. Another handoff this time to Quinton Orr, who will get a first down and more as he's brought down at around the 33-yard line. An 8-yard pickup for Orr. Orr with 61 yards rushing today. Clock continues to run, approaching the 8-minute mark now. This is Hearns. Right up again in the gun. Back to his left. It is a 3 receiver set, 2 lined up to the right. Takes the snap, looking to pass, looks to his right side, throws to his right side, and it's intercepted at about the 45-yard line, and coming back upfield at the 30, the 20, and brought out at the 15-yard line. A big turnover to keep the Marlborough Panthers alive in this game.
Pass was picked up by number 4, Joe Capadonna of Marlborough.
Joe Capadonna was on the interception. And the Panthers have some momentum going with 7:40 left to go. Ball placed at the 15-yard line. Panthers moving left to right across your radio. Short, lined up in a gun with back to either side. 3 receivers set, 2 lined up to the right. Motion from left to right. Short takes the snap. It will be a handoff. Taken up the left side and into the end zone. A 15-yard touchdown run. And the Marlborough Panthers are on the board.
Number 25, Willie Cowdery.
Will Cowdery was on the touchdown.
Touchdown for the Panthers.
Finally breaking through, and they've relied on Cowdery so much in this game. He's gotten all the carries in this half, really.
I think in a situation like this, you're going to have to go for 2.
Most certainly.
This looms big if they don't make this.
Plus, I'm not sure they have a kicker. There's Short lined up with a back to either side. It's a 3 receiver set, 2 lined up to the right. They're going for 2. Motion from left to right. Short takes the snap, and he will roll out to his right under pressure. Tries to throw over the head of a defender, and it's knocked down in the end zone. So the 2-point conversion attempt is no good. So it's 16-6. The Milford Scarlet Hawks on top of the Marlborough Panthers. 7:34 left to go in the 4th quarter. You're listening to High School Football on First Class Radio Sports. Welcome back to Milford High School. 7:34 left to go. A 16-6 lead for the Milford Scarlet Hawks.
Number 1, Jack DeSantis, and number 25, Jonathan Rodriguez.
Panthers set to kick off left to right across your radio. The Mario Gonzalez kicking it away. Gonzalez calls it out, set to kick it away, and it's a pretty high end-over-end kick. Nice kick, takes a bounce at the 15, rolls back to the 10 on the near side, and scooping it up to come upfield. And turning upfield is Jonathan Rodriguez, and he will get all the way towards the 40-yard line in the Marlborough territory. So a big return for Rodriguez. About a 44-yard return. We'll see where they mark it.
Looks like it's going to probably be around midfield. Oh.
They mark it right at midfield. So 45-yard return for Rodriguez.
First down, Milford.
At the speed Rodriguez was running, I wasn't sure if it was Rodriguez or Orr on that return.
They both mirrored each other. Big.
Hearns again in the gun. A man in the backfield, back to his left, and he will hand it off to the up back. It will be Rodriguez again, rushing through the middle.
Looks like John Hearns is under center now. It's Zach Lanzetta.
Oh, excuse me. So a 5-yard pickup for Rodriguez.
6-yard gain, second down and 4.
So Lanzetta with a back to either side, and he will take it himself this time up the middle. And he is going to get enough for the first down, a 5-yard run for the junior.
John Hearns is on the sideline. Doesn't look like anything's wrong. Just looks like Lanzetta's taking snaps right now.
Might as well burn some clock,
Yep.
give Hearns some rest.
They feel, looks like Milford feels comfortable with his 10-point lead.
We saw Lanzetta get some snaps at quarterback last year as well, as he lines up with a back to his right. It's a 3-receiver set. 2 lined up to the left side. Lanzetta will take the snap and hand it off to Rodriguez, who's going to come around on the left side at the 30 to 25, brought down inside the 25-yard line. A big 16-yard gain for Rodriguez.
Scarlet Hawks.
Scarlet Hawks keeping the chains moving once again, now at the 39, just burning this clock away. Lanzetta lines up with a back to either side. 3 receivers set, 2 lined up to the right. Takes the snap, it's a handoff up the middle, goes to Pregame. There's a 5-yard pickup.
The 36. David Pregame on the carry for Milford.
Just keeping the clock moving, that's the goal here. Lanzetta with a back to either side. 2 receivers lined up to the right. It's another handoff. This time it's Quentin Orr coming around on the end around on the right side, and he's brought out inside the 10. There is a flag on the play. This is likely going to come back. There's a hold against the Scarlet Hawks. But it has not been usual to see Milford in control of a game like this the past couple of years.
Yes, and it is a steamy night here at Milford Field.
Very humid night.
Yes.
Holding is called. That will push the Scarlet Hawks back to
second down and 15.
The 29-yard line.
29-yard line.
Second and 13 now for Milford. Lined up in the shotgun with a back to his left is Lanzetta, and it's a handoff to Orr, who takes it up for a couple. If you're Milford, you don't have to try too much to score here because you're still up by 2 scores.
Keep the ball on the ground, play the clock.
Timeout, Marlborough.
Well, Panthers going to try to reserve some clock here. They'll take a quick timeout.
All sides of the ball have been performing extremely well tonight, even including special teams.
As Lanzetta will come back out to the huddle. He will likely be your quarterback the rest of the game.
Third down and 13 from the 27.
They're just going to run the ball here to just try to waste the clock. I think in any situation you can expect a run.
And they're going to go for a 4th down here, try to get that ball even.
Lanzetta lined up in the gun. He's going to throw the screen to the left. And it will be complete to Luna, who will pick up a couple yards. Of course, they try a screen when I just said they're going to run. About a 3-yard pickup by Luna. Another timeout will be called by Marlborough as they try to save some clock. Just below 5 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. This will be a full timeout. Welcome back to Milford High School. Closing minutes of the game. Game 1 of the season, a 16-6 lead for Milford as they continue to try to waste some clock. 4th and 12 from the 26 as Lanzetta takes a snap looking downfield. He'll throw up the middle, and it's hauled in for the first down by Pete Schuler, or very close to the first down. We'll see where they mark it.
Pete Schuler.
First down. Yep, that's going to be enough for the first down.
And that play is good for Scarlet Hawks.
Mark it at the 13-yard line, a 13-yard pickup by Schuler. And how about Lanzetta coming in the game?
I know, just when you think they're just playing clock here and getting some more yardage to pin Marlborough back, first down.
Yeah, might as well keep it going as Lanzetta in the gun, back to his left, a 3-receiver set, 2 to the right. He will hand it off to Rodriguez, who will sweep up the right side, and he will pick up 3 yards on that play. 3-yard pickup for Rodriguez, who's been the primary back in this fourth quarter, and he's done a nice job. Another Marlborough timeout to try to save some clock, and it's another full timeout by the Marlborough Panthers. So with 4:23 left, we'll take one as well. The Milford Scarlet Hawks leading the Marlborough Panthers 16-6 on First Class Radio Sports. Welcome back to Milford High School. 4:23 left to go. 2nd and 7 now from the 10 as Lanzetta back out there with the offense. Back to either side, a 3-receiver set. 2 receivers lined up to the left. Lanzetta set for the snap, takes the snap. He will hand it off to the left back, who is working his way up the middle, and he gets inside the 5.
I believe that was Quentin Orr.
Quentin Orr on that one, as it's now 3rd and 1. Orr back in the game, the left back now next to Lanzetta. As Lanzetta takes the snap, he will hand it off to Orr, and Orr trying to work his way up the middle and picks up a couple yards, but not enough. Another 2-yard pickup by Orr. Very close to the first down. See where they mark it. They're inside the 5 and could have a set of downs here.
Yeah, they're dropping the sticks.
Yep. So that's a first down for the Scarlet Hawks. First and goal from the 3-yard line.
What a grinding, grueling drive assembled right now by Zach Lanzetta and the Milford Hawks offense.
Lanzetta with a back to his left, receiver to either side. Takes the snap and will hand it off. It will be taken up the right side by Orr and into the end zone. A 3-yard touchdown run.
Number 24, Orr into the end zone for the touchdown.
Pretty much put the nail in the coffin for the Marlborough Panthers at 22-6. Milford Scarlet Hawks lead.
Yeah, you can pretty much put a bow on this game as Milford's going to win this home opener, barring any. Oh, look at all the fireworks.
Got fireworks going on.
We haven't seen this in a long time.
Extra point attempt. Pat Lahane on the extra point attempt. The snap and the kick, and it's good. And the Milford Scarlet Hawks all over the Marlborough Panthers, 23-6. Game 1 of the season, 3:21 left to go. We will take a timeout on WMRC First Class Radio Sports. Welcome back to Milford High School. 3:21 left to go. The Scarlet Hawks set to kick off right to left across your radio, and what a dominant performance this has been by Milford. We haven't seen a dominant performance like this by the Scarlet Hawks in a couple years now as Lahane will send it end over end to the 5-yard line. It's fumbled at around the 10, bobbled on the ground. And
Milford's
the
got
Scarlet
it.
Hawks are saying they have it, and we'll see if they do. Let's see what the official says, and they do. The Scarlet Hawks recover inside the 10-yard line on the kickoff. If you're Marlborough, that is rough, especially for that defense that has to get back out there.
I know, and that last drive was a 4-minute drive of just grueling running by Milford. Milford been dominant since the opening quarter and hasn't taken their foot off the gas in this game.
No, they haven't. All they have to do here is burn some clock, but so close to that end zone, you might be tempted just to grab the extra points. Lancetta lined up with a back to his left. Will take the snap, receiver to either side, will hand it off. It is Rodriguez turning upfield on the end around and gets to about the 5-yard line. A 5-yard pickup for the senior. And the Panthers defense, I mean, I think one of the reasons they've had such a tough time in this second half is they got to be tired from being out there. Marlborough just can't hold on to the ball.
No, they can't. They can't hold on to it, and they're having a difficulty moving it through the air as well. You got upended.
2:55 and counting left to go. Jonathan Rodriguez was the injured player, but he walked off under his own power. Took a hard hit on that last play, but he was able to walk off under his own power, so a good sign as Lanzetta lined up with the back to his right. Will take the snap and hand it off, and diving in to the end zone for the 5-yard touchdown run was Jack DeSantis. So DeSantis on his first run of the game takes the handoff, jumps over 2 defenders, and puts Milford on top 29-6 with 2:31 left to go. Now back out for another extra point attempt. It's Pat Lahane. Snap and the kick, and it's 30-6. Milford Scarlet Hawks complete domination over the Marlborough Panthers. 2:31 left to go. We'll take another timeout as we are in the closing minutes of what will be a win number 1 in game number 1 for the Scarlet Hawks on WMRC First Class Radio Sports.
Number 40, Pat Lahane, set to kick off with Scarlet Hawks.
Little icing on the cake for the Milford Scarlet Hawks. Jack DeSantis with the 5-yard touchdown run.
That's like going back for seconds.
That's true. A little more icing on the cake. Scarlet Hawks set to kick off, right to left across your radio with 2:31 left to go. Pat Lahane out there to kick it away. And Lahane will send it end over end. Back to the 5, nearly fumbled again, but he is able to collect it up and get by a number of blockers coming downfield. Gets to about the 20-yard line, a 15-yard kickoff return.
To the 21-yard line.
Mackenzie Sylvester on the return. Panthers have had some serious trouble on these kick returns today.
Yes, they have, and you know, having trouble on kick returns there, you know, you only have that split second there to regroup and get the ball and try to make some positive yardage before you have, 11 screaming people coming right down at you.
Panthers set to go. Brian Short still out there, lined up in the gun. Back to his left, 4 receivers set. 3 receivers lined up to the left side. The junior takes the snap, and he will roll out to his left in the flats. Will throw downfield. It's in and out of the hands of his intended target. Just in front of the 35-yard line. That'll make it 2nd and 10 from the 21-yard line.
Pass by number 2, Brian Short, falls incomplete. 2nd and 10, Marlborough.
2:16 left to go in this game. And now it's just a waiting game for Milford. They're going to get this victory, but And some of the backup defenders getting a chance to get into the game too, which is always good for experience. Short lined up with a back to his left. It's a 4-receiver set, 3 receivers to the left side. It's a handoff to the lone back, taken up the middle by Cowdrey.
Number 25, Willie Cowdrey, the ball carrier.
Gets to around the 25-yard line, a 4-yard pickup.
Five-yard gain on the play. Third down, 5.
Marlborough keeps going to Cowdrey, hoping he can pick up some yards, and he is going to be, I think, their primary offensive weapon this season, especially since they had so much trouble passing in this game.
Yeah, you know, they're going to have to start establishing that run game a little bit earlier, and Milford just threw them off left and right to begin this game.
Short again in the gun. Back to his right, a 4-receiver set, this time 3 to the left. Takes the snap, throws downfield, has a man, and it is hauled in by Nelson Zompetti for the first down and more as he moves up to the 45, a 20-yard gain.
Nelson Zompetti.
Don't forget, after the game today, in the post-game show, we'll have the Pepperoncinis player of the game. The snap and the throw, and it is in and out of the hands of Zompetti at the 45-yard line.
Second down and 10 from the 45.
Short takes the snap from the gun, throws the left side, has a man, and that is going to be a first down and more at the 35 and brought down inside the 35. That is going to be a 17-yard pickup by Zompetti.
17-yard gain, good for a Marlborough first down.
Chains move once again for the Panthers.
First and 10 from the 33.
Less than a minute left to go. Short takes the snap, throws to the left side, and it is off the hand of his intended target and incomplete. Second and 10 with now less than a minute to go.
Ball is spotted on the 33-yard line.
And this game has been a lot of fun watching Milford play such a good football game here. Panthers huddle it up to play the final minute of this game. Playing for pride out there now. Short lined up in the gun. It's a 4-receiver set with a back to Short's left. 3 receivers lined up to the right side. He rolls out to his right. We'll have a man. It's Jake Dion at the 35, and he's brought down almost immediately. A 2-yard pickup on the little pass to Dion. And the clock will continue to run, and the Panthers just going to let it run at this point. Below 30 seconds left to go.
Loss of 3 on the play. Third down, 13.
Short lined up again in the gun. A back to his right, a 4-receiver set. 3 lined up to the left side. Takes the snap, looks to the left side, now looking down the middle, throw down the middle, and it will be complete to his intended target for the first down, and it was Cowdrey pulling in a nice reception. Gets to the 14-yard line, a 19-yard pickup for Cowdrey. 5 seconds left to go. They'll run one last play. The throw downfield, it is knocked away by the defender, nearly picked off, and there's still 0.6 seconds left to go. So they got one more play. That was Mike Hearns on defense. One last play. Short going to take another shot at the end zone more than likely here. Milford has certainly made a statement in this game that they are for real. Complete domination of the Marlborough Panthers. Short lined up, back to his right, a 4-receiver set, 3 lined up to the left side. Short takes the snap, looking downfield, will throw to his right. It's in the air, and it is picked off. It was a fight between the receiver and the defensive back. And picking it off was Brandon Rodriguez as the fans rush the field because the Milford Scarlet Hawks have beat the Marlborough Panthers in the first game of the season 30-6. This was a game that was just controlled the whole way through by the Scarlet Hawks. A tremendous performance on both sides of the ball. We are going to take a timeout.
On Thursday night, October 2nd against Canton at 7 p.m. Once again, the next home game will be Thursday night, October 2nd against Canton, right here at 7 p.m. Thank you all for coming. Please drive safely.